Hey lads, welcome to the week review. Hopefully you had a good week. I certainly did. Woovie is now officially a father, which means that I'm probably not going to be streaming this week. I'll try to squeeze in a few keys, but no promises made. And that's also the reason I only have one key run on my palette this week. But nevertheless, let's see what's ahead of this coming week. Let me first mention that the catalyst is out, which means that if you're falling behind on tier, you can now convert any gear that you have from dungeons or from your vault and catch up on your tier piece, even if it's an alt. So that means definitely have that in mind. And also save any pieces of gear, even if you think that they're irrelevant, because you can convert them to something else. Other than that, we have Fortified, Storming, and Bursting. So Fortified, as usual, pay attention to your tank. They might die in some of the bigger pools, in the trash. And Storming is one of the mild mechanics, but do not underestimate it because it can always kill you by throwing you up and keeping you into a mechanic that you otherwise have to dodge. Now, Bursting, I think is the first time we see it this time. It could be a little bit problematic when there are big pools and people kill all the mobs and then they wait for 1-2 seconds, then kill another mob, and you can get pretty high stacks. But this is actually relatively easy to handle. First, you can always use a defensive. That will make you survive through the stacks, and if somebody else doesn't, then basically it's their own problem. Second of all, you can always dispel yourself if you're the healer, and that means that whatever happens, you're going to live. Even if everybody else dies, probably the tank isn't going to die, but even if all the DPS dies, you can then rest them, and this is going to save you a wipe and a long run back. So keep that in mind. You can always dispel yourself. And one last tip, if you need to drink and all the mobs are just dead, but you cannot, that's because of the bursting. That's another reason to dispel yourself. Even if you have a 1 stack, you can dispel yourself and start drinking very quickly. Otherwise, you won't be able to do that. Other than that, that seems to be a relatively easy push week. You might have troubles with some bigger pools in some of dungeons like Freehold, etc. But as I mentioned, this is not unmanageable mechanic. So with a little bit planning, a little bit alertness, a few defensives, you'll be totally fine into succeeding. And considering that now everybody probably has tier because of the catalyst, although you can get only 1 piece this week, then we should be in a pretty good state to push some higher keys. Not a big upgrade for me for item levels, but it has leech. So, alright, you know, I'll take that. It's definitely an upgrade. Not what I was looking for, because I didn't play my Pally a lot. Definitely not last week, and my item level is actually quite low still, but, you know, if they give you something and it's free, then take it, for sure. On to my Shaman, and my Shaman, I think I didn't share that news either, but I finally got a healing trinket. The Rain Song is now mine, and I will be healing and buffing people in dungeons, but I think it was the last run that I got it before we went to the hospital, so I haven't tried it yet. That's the bad part. But nevertheless, I'll probably still open as a restoration. I wouldn't mind a spoils of Notaris, which is the other trinket that we can get from the dungeons. It's pretty good for healing overall. Other than that, for enhancement, I can probably use an offhand, something like that. So let's do that. I'll just do 1 more week as restoration, then I might switch to something else. At least I run all the keys on my Shaman last week. I think I managed to do just that. So that's not an upgrade. Oh, they have speed. So bottom line, we can take that. Oh, there we go. Spoils of Notaris. Well, after how many weeks is this? Like 6 weeks of grinding? I probably get both of them now. Okay, this is tricky. Crit Verse, which is very nice for healing, with a socket. Although I think I have this at 441, and I don't have the spoils, obviously. We got the Rorschach Molten Heart, which is also a nice trinket. Let's see, your healing spells have a chance to restore mana. Yeah, I mean, this is nice for raid. I don't think I'll heal for raid that much, otherwise I would consider taking this. I already have a better helm. I'm crafting a new belt. Oh, actually, I crafted the waist. I'm crafting the gloves now for enhancement. So it's between Leech, Ring with a Socket, and Spoils. I think I'll definitely go with the Spoils because this is a pretty good trinket that you can use, you know, its stats. Stats are always good. So I might end up using that instead of the Rain Song, but it's better to have options. And by picking this, pretty much, I think I'm done with my rescue gear and I can open everything as enhancement for now until the end of the season. Alright, so that would be it for this week. Hopefully I'll see you around. I won't be online much in the next few days until I'm getting used to my new schedule. But good luck in your keys, happy healing, and I'll see you soon around in Azeroth. Good luck, guys.